this is Dan Lipkus. Some of you might know me from Corn Warriors. We're also going to be doing some Podfathers this year, it looks like. We're out in a bean field. The bean field looks pretty tough right now. We just butchered it with some chemicals. These are non-GMO beans, and we had to use something that was going to burn them pretty good. So not real proud of the way they look right now, but they come out of that, you know, in a week or so. They always say you got to go fishing for a week and then come back. But anyway, a couple things I want to talk about out in this field. There's different challenges with non-GMO beans, and obviously, you know, weeds are one of them, right? So there's certain things you just really can't knock out with without the use of Roundup or some of these other chemicals, or, you know, your Ingenia type, you know, beans or you know, your dicamba products and all that. So what we have out here is a rope wick, and it's by Smucker's Manufacturing. They're out in Oregon. Called them up, talked to them last winter, told them I was thinking about these non-GMO beans, and I said, you know, if I got some problems out there, I might be calling you guys for a rope wick. Well, I had these hemp dog beans, so I talked to Rob Smucker out there, real nice guy, owns the company, sent me this 15-footer that we mounted on this Can-Am. This is a pretty cool little rig. It actually folds forward so we can go down the road. It's got some really neat features. Let me show you this real quick. It's kind of your automatic height control. We're just using a drill. It's not automatic. I mean, you got to run it, but look how simple that is, right? So we're taking this rope wick up as we go, and then obviously we can just go back down if we want to. So that kind of makes her on the go if you need to change your height a little bit. So that's a pretty neat feature. Folds real easy, you know, to go up and down the road. So I really like that too. So sometimes you got to come up with these different little ideas when you're going to try something a little different. It's non-GMO beans, you know, there was a $1.75 premium. You know, that's better than 100, could be $140, $50 an acre premium. It's been a long time since I've done non-GMO, but you know, I think it's worth a try. I don't like having to burn the beans this much, but to get the weeds knocked down, it's kind of what we had to do. But we all know burning beans lots of times will actually increase yield. So
I need to stimulate a response.
I think it's gonna work.
And everybody's always wants to point the finger everywhere else, but it normally starts with you.
here we go.
This is a pretty special place to me.
I wanted to show a couple other things while we're out here. If we walk just over here a little bit more, I talk about biology quite a bit, you know, and this is just, you know, this isn't a contest, this isn't irrigated, this is just a farm, an upland farm, but we're using a lot of the same practices that we've learned, you know, in our high yield stuff. And one of that is keeping our biology really active. So you can see it's early in the season, it's dry, you know, you wouldn't think it'd be real conducive to a lot of mushroom type growth, but they're all over out here. You know, if you just scan around, I mean, they're all over. And the reason I really like to see that is it means you got biological activity in your soil. That soil's just exploding, you know, with natural biological activity. So I really like to see that. I think a lot of that has to do with the chicken litter we're using, some different products we're using. So that'll all come when these little plants are, you know, when they do heal up, you know, after from being burnt, they're gonna feed off this stuff. You know, these are gonna die soon and decompose back in the ground, and then some other ones will start, but all that turns into food for the plants too. So really like to see that. Actually, this plant here, if we look at this is kind of what we're trying to do. We've got that plant bent over, and we're stalling him, keeping him. I have a problem with a lot of fertility as these plants getting too big, so that's kind of what we're trying to do. Now, with these weeds, I wicked this plant about 4 days ago, I think, with the Smucker's rope wick. And you can see, you know, we're gonna kill that guy. We did a good job there. That's not that's not snapping anymore. She's getting rotten, she's gonna die. And these are tough buggers. This is hemp dog bane. So we're using, we're using some Roundup in there, and then we're using kind of a 2,4-D derivative. Helena makes a 2,4-D derivative that's kind of a acid-based, and we're trying that. That seems to be doing pretty good. So that's what we're out here doing today. Just thought we'd show you guys a little bit of what we're doing in this field and some of the challenges we face with these non-GMO beans.
We want the bottom canopy to be healthy with a good fungicide. We use Revitec on it. It's really going to help that bean finish off strong.
But on our farm, we got to average a 6 bushel better with the Revitec fungicide than any other fungicide.
Probably absent of disease just because we got the Revitec out here, but just mainly for the plant health.
The one thing that is a must, that's this product right here. Reducing stress adds bushels. I'm very fortunate that I've been working with Concept Agritech now for 4 years. We have 12 Concept Agritech plots out right now. We feel like we're picking up some pretty good bushels.
Oh, here's one of their flagship products here. This is their Cowboy product. It's their calcium boron premix. They do have a great line of products here. Man, this is like drinking water. I think every crop needs a gallon or two of it. It does that much for you.
Thursday the 19th of May. It hadn't been the easiest year. March we got nothing done in March. It stayed wet, and then April rolled around and we got close to 10 inches of rain, 9 to 10 inches of rain, probably 3 or 4 different events at 2 inches, so it didn't leave much room to actually get in the field. And it was really spotty because South Arkansas was dry and they got all their stuff done in April. So now here it is May, we're still working, we're still wet. We're gonna try to finish planting soybeans today, but the fields were a little wet. So yesterday, we did some yesterday. Hopefully it'll be dry enough today to finish the bean planting on the wide rows, the 30-inch rows where we actually irrigate down the middles. Did a burn down a few days ago. We'll give that a chance to work, and then we'll get in there and get that planted, and then we'll just have to take care of everything. Yeah, Gus goes everywhere. He's just relaxing right now. He enjoys it. It's kind of cool this morning. I don't know what it is. 68, 70 degrees, nice breeze. We're ready to get the day kicked off. The guys have already gone to the field. They're working on some rice, doing a little tillage. Sprayer's running. I'm not even sure where he is. He's trying to wrap that up, but it's probably gonna be too windy. He's probably gonna get, as they say, blown out today. But maybe he can get a few loads out before the wind gets too high. We're in pretty good shape there though. Cup of coffee and I'll be right back and we'll go finish planting. How about that? Yeah. Okay, all right. First breakdown of the day. That'll be the first of several, I'm sure. Part, you gotta find a part. They don't have a part here locally. There's some part we need is, one's at Walnut Ridge, so that's over an hour away. But most of our stuff's pretty new, pretty decent shape. I did have, I think, 6 tractors ordered for this year, and they've been ordered for about a year, and they hadn't come in. So I told the guys, I said, we're gonna have to make one more crop with these tractors. Nothing we can do about it. We can't get them, we're trying, but it's just not gonna happen. All right, let's get out and look at this. So we're planting rice. I mean, there's no secret here. Assuming that we can control these input expenses, wheat at $12, high yielding wheat crop at $12, and we've had a lot of double crop soybeans in the past and make 65 bushels. without much trouble. And if beans are worth $15, you do that math, it's pretty hard to beat. I mean, that's a great scenario. 80 to 90 bushel wheat, let's say 60, 65 bushels of soybeans at today's prices, that'll pay some bills. I like wheat.
Where are we headed again?
We're gonna go to the field that we planted yesterday. We'll check some depth, see if they've germinated, check some maybe spacing. All fields are Podfather worthy. Yeah, it's one of the better fields. Let's see, all I'm gonna do is dig and see what we've got. It was in corn last year, plenty of moisture. There's a seed. Soybean about, I don't know, 1 knuckle deep. Anything started. Look at there.
Hold it still, hold it still, hold it still.
A little tip.
3, 2,
Starting to do his thing. Put him back. Could be another one right in here. Look at there. There's another one. For the heck of it. Right there. Should be another one right here. There he is. 1 knuckle deep. And that's pretty good. Pretty consistent on spacing. 135. These are planted at 135,000. So these kind of conditions, that's probably too many. I'll get 120, 125 up, but I've kept some stands this year as low as 80. Some of those planted in April and all that rain, we had no time to replant them because it's still wet. We just can live with it.
We want the bottom canopy to be healthy with a good fungicide. We use Revitec on it. It's really going to help that bean finish off strong.
But on our farm, we got to average a 6 bushel better with the Revitec fungicide than any other fungicide.
Probably absent of disease just because we've got the Revitec out here, but just mainly for the plant health.
The one thing that is a must, that's this product right here. Reducing stress adds bushels.
Copperhead concaves, to me, are the only way to go. This is a real return on our investment. And when we went to these, we took an automatic increase all the way to 5,300 bushels an hour, which is incredible. Sometimes we don't have enough truck to keep up with what this combine can harvest. Use less horsepower, less fuel, and did a better job cleaning. It's second to none.
So we just walked out here in another one of my experiments for 2022, right? We do quite a few every year, seems like. So I have that twin row Great Plains planter that I predominantly bought for beans. But I said, well, geez, if I got this thing, let's try a little bit of corn with it. So I did a field of corn here right by my house. So I kind of keep an eye on it all year. So we planted a field, do have a pivot here. So we were just looking at some of my other corn, and this is planted at basically the same population that we just came from on 30-inch rows. Now, what I'm noticing as soon as I get in here is, I mean, obviously you have more space between stalks, right? Because, you know, your twin rows are 8 inches apart. Now, something I'm noticing right away is, see these double suckers on that one? This one has a sucker. This one has a sucker. This one has a sucker. So that's telling me that these plants have got a lot more room, you know? They're pretty happy. What I believe is that, you know, as this corn gets bigger, it's going to have a lot more room to put, you know, hopefully to put a bigger ear on, because with those suckers there, it's telling me that I could have forced that population a little bit more. But what we've seen in the past is we haven't really seen big yield gains from that. So what our play is now is just trying to get bigger ears on the stalks we have. So something new for us. We'll see how it works. That's about all I can say right now. I mean, I like the looks of it. I like how far each plant is apart. It's just got to make sense to me. So stay tuned, and we'll show it throughout the year with the rest of the corn. Think we can get it squeeze around that?
I think so. Oh yeah.
Can you do it, Nate? Or?
Yeah, hold on, you got it? How's this thing do? Just hook?
I don't know. Don't look. No, I'll go through, through, and then that. I think.
Hold on, don't let her go yet.
Yeah. Should we tie it for safety?
Let's give her. Yeah, there you go. Tie it off for safety's sake.
I'm one-handed. Can you get it there?
Yep.
I think it's actually gonna work. We got one other thing I noticed when I was checking at this here. And of course the clamp's right there where you can't get at it. I might have to have glasses, I can't see nothing. What's electrical tape you got? Any of you? Anybody got electrical tape? I have a MacGyver string, but not real confident in it. I gotta set the rate. I was gonna do all that in the shop, and then you guys come and I forgot. So I gotta do that, yeah. Got me there.
With the soybeans with Terramax, we brought it out and instantly, man, I just couldn't believe the nodulation we had so early. Look at that. That root, look how much nodulation is already on there. And you have these little peanuts all the way down here that deep in the soil, around the roots here. That's a very good start. If you haven't heard of them, you better get to know them because their products are here to play.
I'm very fortunate that I've been working with Concept Agritech now for 4 years. We have 12 Concept Agritech plots out right now. We feel like we're picking up some pretty good bushels.
Oh, here's one of their flagship products here. This is their Cowboy product. It's their calcium boron premix. They do have a great line of products here. Man, this is like drinking water. I think every crop needs a gallon or two of it. It's just, it does that much for you.
We want the bottom canopy to be healthy with a good fungicide. We use Revitec on it. It's really going to help that bean finish off strong.
But on our farm, we got to average a 6 bushel better with the Revitec fungicide than any other fungicide.
Probably absent of disease just because we got the Revitec out here, but just mainly for the plant health.
The one thing that is a must, that's this product right here. Reducing stress adds bushels.
So these are H47 XF2, which is a new variety for this year. I saw them in some trials last year. It really looked promising. Got 400 or 500 acres of them. So looking forward to their yield results. So great fertility to start out with, and we'll just keep the weeds under control, moisture management through irrigation and drainage, and keep the disease off with, up to 2 applications of a fungicide later in the season. So I guess we put a little 2x2 on here.
We're loading
about an inch deep, maybe a little shallower. Plenty of moisture. I think it's gonna work. It's not supposed to rain tomorrow night, so we'll have to decide if we're gonna finish, leave a few wet spots out, or give it another 12 to 16 hours to dry and plant right in front of the rain. But it's time to get finished. We got other things to do.
Well, let's see, today my day has entailed of paperwork. Yay. Just kidding. I actually got to go play with the dogs and feed them, and that's about it. Today's been rather quiet. Too windy, no chemical deliveries, nothing. At one time, I used to keep the stress balls so I could throw them, but you know, that's frowned upon. Yeah, apparently you're not supposed to throw them.
How long have you been here? I can't remember.
12 years.
Who asked me that?
Jacob's been here 13, I've been here 12.
I need to run back up to the rice field. Then we can do the grain bin deal too.
Yeah, I'll go see the cows. I like the cows. You gotta warm up, Taylor. Yeah, I'm in hot. Large and in charge. Oh.
That pool too.
But that's new, baby. And that one's very mad. Oh, there's a baby. Okay, I know that this is not hooked right, but. Hi. Where did the baby go?
Pretty happy with the corn. I've probably had better corn, but considering the circumstances, we got it all planted. We got good stands, and it's starting to stretch out. Well, it's good enough for just regular corn. It's got some potential. It's already said its rows around. It's about to set its length around that V8, so V7, V8. So yeah, should be in good shape. Herbicide, fertilize. We'll spoon feed it fertilizer, so we're really just our first application in, followed by the second one pretty close after. So this was in soybeans last year, yes. We rotate soybeans, corn. So Perry Galloway, and it is May the 19th, and we're with the Podfathers. We've done a little bit of everything. I think everyone got a good taste of my typical day. There is no typical day. It's a little bit of all. So it's getting late. We'll work a few more hours, run some tractors into the night, 9 or 10 o'clock, and we'll shut them down and do it again tomorrow, being Friday, because Saturday it's supposed to rain. We've got to get finished. So enjoyed having y'all, and thanks for watching.